Be like, we have fiber, guys, in your area.
They would do that. They would just get fiber out of nowhere. That's what would happen.
Yes, sir.
All right.
How's chat doing? Ken, how you doing, man?
Got Eric Dane in the chat.
Eric.
What
I need to
up,
match
man?
you guys' head size.
Master, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's because we're lazy and didn't want to set up the windows.
Crap, did I just ruin your other
yeah.
scenes?
I like matching head.
Get out of here.
Look at that.
Look
Look
at
at who's with
that.
us. Look at that beautiful face with us.
You guys know this, man?
We got Mr. Wade Potter.
Hello.
Welcome to the Solid Sound Podcast, where we talk about Japanese music news and other music-related things. And we got Wave with us today. Welcome, Wave.
Hello.
How you doing?
What's it called?
The Solid
What's
Sound
the podcast?
Podcast. Solid Sound Podcast.
Say that
Oh,
5 times
solid.
really fast, go.
The Solid Sound
Solid
Podcast.
Sound.
Solid Sound Podcast.
The Solid Sound Podcast.
You're listening to the solid sound.
She sells seashells down by the
Do
seashore.
you like solid sounds in your ear holes?
Things
Wave,
get real
solid.
solid here.
Do you like solid sound in your ear hole? No?
Speaking of which,
Okay. Yes.
Go on.
Go on.
what happened?
He says, speaking of which, I was ready for you to continue.
Sorry, I started getting speech jammed. I opened up the live stream and it was just feeding back at me.
Oh, gotcha. Hate when that happens. That's what they call speech jam. I didn't even know that. Guys, we got a lot to talk about today. We got Band-Maid. We have a lot of news. We got Sokoninaru just dropped a new song. We got some Lovebites news to talk about. This is going to be exciting. Hanabie news. We're also going to talk about Ronnie Radke from Falling in Reverse.
Yes, sir.
Quitting metal, the metal scene. The metal scene. We'll talk more about that later. But I just want to welcome Wave. Thank you so much for joining us for this stream. And by the way, he just reposted one of the videos for Band-Maid up on his channel, so make sure you check that out. Subscribe to him over there. You reformatted it, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, it was
your
all
channel.
vertical, so I just made it
Well, man,
1080p.
hell yeah. Well, man, let's just start with your thoughts, dude. What do you think overall? Like watching this concert after now you have some time to think about it.
Man, well, I think it's an awesome song. That solo section was what really stood out to me, where they started with drums and bass, both bands going back and forth, and then drums and guitar solos. That was like such a cool section, because that was the big question: is how are they going to feature everybody in the bands, you know? And so they did that, and then the trading of Psyche and Dany's vocals was really cool.
Yeah, when you hear Dany open up with that vocal line in the beginning, you're just like, oh my God, here it comes.
Both of them were
Yeah.
going off, dude. I was surprised. They were both keeping it up in that high register the whole song. And then, like, in the choruses with Psyche doing the highs and Dany doing kind of the lower ones. That was fucking cool. That was fucking
I
great.
was thinking you don't really hear Psyche in that register very often, but it's like a cool side of her voice that I didn't know, like, don't hear very much, you know?
Yeah, and I want to talk about that real quick. So, I just heard, for some reason, we completely missed that they did opening for an anime, and I heard a different style in her vocals on that song itself, and I was super excited. To me, it sounds like a tone I have not heard from her before. Some people said, I think Ryan said she's done it in a couple other songs, but I don't know, just the tone and texture of voice really stood out to me in that song. Right in the beginning of that opening line, I'm like, is this a new thing she's trying to do? And then this comes out, and I'm completely blown away, because I'm not even fucking with you guys. This was my favorite version of her voice, period. I absolutely loved it. To me, it was like the best I've ever heard her. I know she it got a little rough at the end, but I love her voice in that register. And it's unfortunate because I know that's not her register that she normally does, but it sounded so
They
good.
kind of chose
Yeah, dude.
Dany's register.
But go ahead.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like the complete opposite spectrum of what you were talking about before. Because, like you said, you were talking about the really low end of her voice in Protective, right?
Yeah.
And then in this song, she just goes to the complete opposite side of that and is just belting.
I loved it. I loved everything about it. I have to agree with like what John Reeves is saying. Like, this is like the 3.0 version of Psyche. Like when he saw her at the Day of the Maid. I have to agree with him. And I'm super excited to hear the new album that's going to be later this summer. And I just want to hear what she does with her voice because it seems like she's pushing it. And I wonder if working with like The Warning, because they're amazing vocalists. Dany is a phenomenal vocalist.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's pushing her a little bit more to maybe do that. I know when I do vocal coach lessons, we always talk about stretching our voice, even if it's out of your range. And we always work on like rolling up and down the scale to like try to push a little bit further. And normally if you're cracking your voice in a healthy way, it can be good because you're just stretching it to that range. Of course, it can't hurt when you're doing it. There's specific ways you got to do it. I'm not an expert at it. I'm still learning. But I wonder if she's like starting to do that kind of thing because we haven't heard her do much of that range in a very long time since she had the surgery, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited. I really love it. This is one of my favorite songs I've heard her sing, like hands down. Dude, but I'm also a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of that register too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, dude. I mean, in most like fan cam recordings, right? I think it's like the rawest you can hear a vocalist for sure. Because in person and like the studio recordings, they sound very different, right? You know, it's the actual recording that you do on your phones. I think is like the real test of like how a vocalist actually sounds. And even through that, she sounded fucking phenomenal.
Dude,
so it was
perfect.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm blown away that they were able to put that whole performance together so fast. Like, maybe they were working on it before they went to Japan, but, like, you know, just a week or so they had of rehearsal for such a complex arrangement with all the trading instruments and vocals and stuff. Had to be, like, a lot to try to memorize in that amount of time, you know?
Well, they're pros, right? They're professionals.
Yep.
They know the game. I mean, Band-Maid memorizes 23 song sets. You know, I think they're just ready for moments like this. For example, I have a show coming up in July. We always have everything marked. I guarantee this is how they did it, or somewhere along this line. They probably sent the song over, said, "Here's the parts." They probably have it mapped out. Drums here, and they have it labeled. That's how they normally do it. Like with they'll have a little graph of sections of how they do it and who's going to do what, who does this vocals, and they'll normally highlight the lines and stuff where certain things insert. I wonder if they did something like that. They probably did. And I'm sure they, like you said, they prepped ahead of time. They probably sent the song over to Band-Maid. Maybe they added stuff, but we don't really know, right? So it could be anything. Because I don't know if they did it all when they got there. Maybe they did. But I have a feeling they recorded it in their respected studios and just like, you know, transferred files back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened. But we don't know. We got to hear the song, right? And I'm sure it'll have the liner notes and it'll tell us exactly what happened with the song.
So this was a new song entirely, right? Just a new song, or is it a Warning song, or is it a Band-Maid song?
It's a new song.
It's a new song. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
they like literally, it's kind of like the Baby Metal Electric Cowboy collab, I think, just 50-50. You know, split down the middle.
Dope.
Well, it felt like that. It felt like a Warning backing track with Band-Maid melodies on top. That's how it felt to me on the first listen. What did you think?
Then there were like so many Band-Maid moments too, like the solo section and the outro.
Agreed.
Like I felt like it was such a great blend. I mean,
it was.
Yeah.
It was a more simple structure compared to some of the deeper Band-Maid songs, but again, like to fit that much stuff in with that many people featuring everybody, and have it all rehearsed and ready to go in 9 days. It's pretty insane.
It's impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, they probably rehearsed. I guarantee you they rehearsed up those 9 days leading up to that day, you know, just to organize it. They had to. They had to have,
For
you
sure.
know?
Yeah.
Well, didn't Warning get there to Japan earlier than scheduled? So
9 days.
9 days.
Yeah, 9 days before. So I think it's great, and I'm so happy that they collabed the entire band. And I can't think of... I've seen this before where you have like two bands together playing on stage. I can't think of the example, but I've never seen a band do this where they have a full-on collaboration with all the members all at once. Other than Baby Metal, but Baby Metal doesn't really count because it's the band and then it's the three girls singing, right? That's still adding a vocalist to that. And then, of course, yes, you got Koba doing the producing and stuff like that. It's different. This is a different type of collaboration. It's like two full fucking bands coming together and doing it.
Way more complex.
The Big
And, like,
Four did it.
Baby Metal Electric Callboy's styles are already so similar, like blending the
Yeah.
EDM with metal. But,
True.
Yep.
like, the Warning and the Band-Maid have such distinct sounds. Both hard rock, but so different from each other. I don't know.
Indeed.
I agree. And then, so there's something in this. So I was trying to mix this as best I could. Some of the things were coming out a little weird when I was separating the tracks to this. But one thing I was able to get is vocals on this really, really well.
Cool.
And I really think the harmonies are very impressive on this. And that's the thing that blew my mind. What listening to this track was how technical the vocals were, because that was my favorite thing about the thing. And you're right, you had the complicated parts of the solo. It's kind of hard to hear, but when I listen to it back, I do love it. I just can't wait to get the produced version. But my favorite thing about the song is the vocals, hands down. Absolutely love it. Especially the harmonies between Psyche and Dany's vocals are they're amazing.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear some of it.
I'll be the one to let you get your way. What makes you think I even care what to say about? I know who I am.
You hear that? Like, she's singing even higher behind her.
Say about. I know who I am. Say sad.
Is that
Say it again?
is that switching between Dany and Psyche, or was How coming in with those harmonies?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. I could tell on this next part. That part was like, I think it was the girls doing those harmonies. I think it was Pao and Dany. That's the part I really love. I love it. It's a 3-part harmony, right? Like, yeah, like some group harmonies going on in there. Right? Am I hearing that right? Or something like that. It's hard to make out. It really is.
Yeah.
But
I can't tell.
It was so good. I like those harmonies a lot, so I'm super excited to hear what the full thing sounds like all together.
Yeah. It's the crazy part is we still have so little information on the song. Like,
yeah, right.
They performed it and it sounds like a flip phone.
Flip phone. I got a little
Besides that one clip from that Band-Maid posted.
I'm sure they'll have a studio version for us very soon.
Yeah, well, the album is slated for the end of summer, right? For Band-Maid. This is going to be on the Band-Maid album.
Dope.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
I wonder if like they performed or they were filming, because they obviously were doing pro shop footage. They posted that 30-second clip. But I wonder if they're going to use that for a music video or if they're going to do like an official live video. I would guess it's for a music video, because
I would think so.
Yeah.
they'd want to present the studio audio before they do a live video.
Yeah, that filming looked good. I'm surprised they let them post that video.
I know.
Yep.
That's the part that I was like shocked about too. I fucking love this part, dude. I just love all their vocals together. They sound really good.
Yeah.
I will say, maybe call it a hot take, whatever, but I think they missed out an opportunity where they could have Dany and Kanami doing some kind of dual leads together, you know? That would have been pretty sick.
Oh, like harmony?
Yeah, harmony guitar parts would have been sick.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Fucking 3 guitarists there. You could have done it.
Hey, maybe they will. Maybe they will in the future. You know, that's a lot to think about though, because you got to remember all the drumming parts, all the guitar parts.
I know.
You got to orchestrate. What, 5 vocalists? Miku is singing in this too, right? At certain points, if I'm not mistaken, or does she just stay out of it?
I could see them making an extended version next time they play this together. Knowing Band-Maid.
That'd be cool, and they just go on a whole solo section,
or a Dany Kanami solo guitar battle. That would be something,
right? I gotta. We play a little bit more, but then I got a really big question for you, Wave, and everybody in the chat.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. So Miku's doing the vocals right here. That's right here.
Oh.
and Ale too.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was driving me nuts earlier during Ryan's stream this morning. I was trying to think of which Band-Maid song that reminded me of, and I literally went through every Band-Maid song trying to figure it out. And then someone commented on my reaction, it's a Cluppo song that has a really similar melody to a oh part. So,
Okay.
So Peace and Love by Cluppo has a really similar melody there.
Gotcha.
I'm wondering if, they just kind of use it as an homage to that. Because
It's going to be so surprising.
We got to remember, when we write songs, a lot of this stuff subconsciously slips into your mind. You know what I mean? Even if you're hanging out with other musicians and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised, like, for example, if we wrote a song and we're listening to your music, something slips in there by accident, It always happens.
Yeah. Yep.
It happens all the time. So
I have multiple songs on the album I just put out that use the same phrase in, like, different ways that I didn't even realize I was doing until I was like, oh, wait, I'd use that in that song. Just orchestrated differently, but similar phrasing,
Periphery has an entire EP where each song on the EP has a certain part. They have the same part, but they have it in there, like, mixed differently in every single song, but they did that intentionally.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Give it like a motif through line.
Yeah. It's pretty much, that's what it sounds like to me, too.
Cool.
See, that's where you really get them singing together by themselves, and they all join in. Wait, Kanami's singing too, though. You saw that? She's like singing too. She has a mic. She's like singing in the background right there. So they were all doing vocals.
Yep. Straight up.
They're all doing vocals on this one. Look at, she's like yelling. Or I think she is, right? That's a mic in front of her? Or maybe not. She's just singing out loud.
No, it's not a mic in front of her.
It's not a mic in front of her.
Nah.
Oh, Akane?
Akane. No, yeah, Akane. Sorry.
That is Akane, yeah.
I said the
I
wrong
was like,
name.
I don't even see Kanami.
My bad. Anyway, it's awesome. But the big question for everyone, this has happened, right? I don't want to get greedy, but what are the chances of a Band-Maid and The Warning tour together?
I think it's very likely. I think next U.S. run, it's very likely.
Now, screw that. World tour.
World tour, yeah.
Both the bands.
Why not?
Well, this whole thing could be like a test of the waters to see how fans respond. And I feel like with the hype that's obviously around this now, like, fan base is going absolutely insane. Both fan bases, So I feel like seeing the hype that this caused will definitely make them want to come back together in the future.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. They sold out, right? This show is sold out?
I don't know. I think so.
I think so, yeah.
It looked packed.
Because The Warning's been touring worldwide, so I can definitely see them maybe setting something up to have Band-Maid go with them all over the world. Because, Band-Maid hasn't played.
So sick.
Because Band-Maid hasn't played in Europe, right?
Yep.
In a long time. Well, they've played in Europe, but they haven't done it in a while. So this would be maybe a way to justify doing a world tour. Or so because they're co-headlining together, so you have a better chances. It's a much safer bet.
Yeah.
I'd be so stoked for the European audience if they finally got Band-Maid.
Yeah, they've been waiting for a long time.
Tim, no.
They've been waiting for a long time.
Shell, Pubaka, all them guys. Yeah.
There's actually some people that said they stopped listening to Band-Maid because they didn't go to Europe yet.
Oof.
Which is crazy. That's a wild thing.
I mean, when you don't get to see a band play live, it's hard to form as strong of a bond with them,
Yeah. I just
Until
never
you
thought of
are
it
there
that
in
way.
person.
I never thought of like, oh, I'm not going to listen to this band anymore because I've never seen them live. I mean, that's never came into my mind. I don't know. That's just me, of course, Has that ever came to your mind? Like, oh, I can't see them live, so I'm never going to go watch them?
No.
Or listen to them again?
Of course not.
That's a kind of wild statement.
It makes me listen to them more.
I'm going to listen to them even harder.
Even harder. Oh, man.
Whoa.
But, chat, what do you think? What are the chances of this world tour? I think it's very, very likely.
Absolutely.
Very, very likely. And that would be great to see. It would benefit both of them. I think a strong tour would be awesome for both bands.
Yeah, I mean, and just the mutual respect between two bands is very nice to see as well, you know. Miku was referring to The Warning as The Warning Sama, which is, just add Sama to the end of it, with anybody. So
yeah,
that was pretty fucking cool
Yeah,
to see.
a lot of respect for each
Heck
other.
yeah.
It's
Well, wait.
funny because like
Go ahead.
it might not seem likely, but a couple of weeks ago people were saying that about a collab. So
It's
I'm
kinda
not giving up hope on it.
Right? It's kind of crazy. We got 2 collabs, major ones: Baby Metal, Electric Callboy, and then Band-Maid and The Warning.
Yep.
Yeah, Band-Maid and The Warning has definitely been. I think people knew something was going to possibly happen. They're really trying to push for it. Has The Warning done The Warning has done a collab with singers before, for sure, right?
Yeah,
They've done a couple.
the Enter Sandman was a collab.
Yeah,
That new version.
that was such a cool.
And they've come up to sing for other bands. Like 3 Days Grace invited Dany to come sing with them when they toured together.
That's
That's
awesome.
right.
I love it when bands do that, man. Hanabie did the same thing. They had Left to Suffer singer come up on stage and do a song with them.
Limp Bizkit had a Hanabie come up on stage. and
That's
do a song with
right.
them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's insane. Ratata live video just hit 1 million views. Wow.
Dope.
That is insane. Well, Wave, thank you so much for
Wait,
coming on.
1 million?
1 million, yeah.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Heck yeah.
I can see it hitting 1 billion.
1 billion? Hell yeah.
For reference, Metallica released a live video recently, and it does not even have 1 million views yet. So, very impressive.
What?
Wait,
Yeah.
what? That's insane.
Yeah, they did a live video of Master of Puppets in Germany, and I think it has like 700K or something.
Wow.
Dang.
That's
It's been out
crazy.
for over a week now. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, a lot of new bands are kind of filling the that space now with better quality music.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't listen to Metallica anymore. Like, I'm kind of
Hey,
just spent on it,
Yep. What up, Andrew?
Andrew.
Good morning.
Andrew is
Hello,
currently
Konnichiwa.
Andrew's currently in Japan right now, and he was one of the people that got to see this band live. Wave, are you still good on time?
yeah,
All right, cool.
Oh,
All right,
cool.
I wasn't sure how much time you had. All right, awesome. So Andrew
Let's see
has he went and met some people out there for the Band-Maid and The Warning. We had a cool interview with John Reeves this morning, guys. Check it out. Thank you guys to everyone that's already checked out and commented on that video. So we want to continue delivering these cool reports from over there, and Andrew's going to be telling us about the Band-Maid and The Warning show and the Trident show afterwards. So I'll let you take it away, Andrew.
Well, thanks so much. I mean, this has just been an exciting night. I heard a little bit of what you guys were talking about with the collaboration. Obviously, that is the big story, the new song that they did called Show Them. And before I got into the theater, I was asking some people, how likely do you think that there will be a collaboration between the two bands? It was about unanimous. Everybody sort of saw this coming. But what was so exciting is the energy in that room when it actually happened. I think a lot of people were thinking that they would do a collaboration like what you talked about, where it was going to be probably done over studio work, and then they would drop it as a release sometime later down the road. But at the end of the show, when Band-Maid was getting into their last set, and they invited The Warning to come out, and then you started to see the techs bring in instruments, it was like the temper, everybody was like, oh, something's about to happen here. And then, they went into it. They had nice little interplay between each other. And then once they got dialed in and they started jamming, it was an electric performance between multiple instruments of the bands. Seeing it live was just mind-blowing. I'm still shocked, even though it's after about 6 o'clock in the morning here in Tokyo. I'm still pretty wired for it.
awesome.
I
man.
know, you sound excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you just woke up, right?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
And no coffee either. No coffee. I'm just like
Wow.
straight out of bed here.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
I'm not the jealous type, but I'm jealous.
I'm super jealous. I really
Right?
wish I was there.
Like
I knew,
just going on
I
with
had
my
to go.
life, I forgot that this morning was the day that they were playing. I mean, for me. So first thing I wake up and I see John's video, his post concert video, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's today!"
Mhm.
And then he mentioned the collab, and it was just like,
Yep.
uh,
I know
Yeah.
you said
just
you were
made the
about
day, man.
you were about to watch Ryan's video, and then you realized I should react to it. I think is what you said in your
Yeah.
reaction, or something like that.
Yeah, I was like gonna watch Ryan's reaction to the fan cam footage, and then I realized, oh wait, I should
Maybe I should do
probably
one.
film this. But
Well, Andrew, you get to the concert, man. You've gotten in. You've been there for how long? A week now, right?
So I did Osaka last week, and then this week I'm in Tokyo. Came here for the Band-Maid concert, and yeah, it's been quite the roller coaster. Getting to go to various shows, and coming into Tokyo, this feels like a really special occasion that I had to come over here, had to make it work. Too bad you guys didn't get to come. Maybe in the future we can do some more stuff getting you guys over here to Japan, because it's really been awesome. The people I've talked to are having a wonderful time. And it's just been an exceptionally good, fun time.
So when you're out in the
Ran out of
crowd,
words to say.
how did the Japanese crowd take the warning when they came out on stage and did it? Because it's their first time playing Japan. How did they receive them?
Yeah, that was interesting to watch, because the funny thing was is I had this Japanese gentleman who was standing next to me, and when the warning was playing, he was very, how should I say, as a Japanese person, he was very reserved and stoic, kind of just standing there, and he would bob his head a little bit to the warning. I'm kind of like, okay, maybe he's like lukewarm on the warning. Then Band-Maid comes on. You know what he does? The same damn thing. He's just standing there with Band-Maid, like, I'm like, oh, so you really actually like the warning as much as you like Band-Maid now. And then I also talked to another gentleman, Japanese guy, who after the show asked him with some help with translation, what did you think of the warning? And he was like, yes, huge fan now. I'm loving the warning. So it was really exciting to see. I think there was some resistance when I started looking around the audience at first. A couple of stone faces, some people that were a little judgmental on the warning, but as the warning really got on fire, you could tell that they were winning over fans real time. So that was pretty awesome to see.
That is awesome.
That's dope.
Heck yeah. And so you're there, the warning plays, Band-Maid comes on, they do their set. When does the whole collab thing happen?
Yeah, that happened. That was really the end of the show. That was right at the end of Band-Maid's last set. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those things we were wondering, because what was really interesting also to see was that the way I was standing in the theater, I was kind of in front of kind of middle state or middle venue in front of Kanami, kind of to the right of the area. But that gave me a glimpse into just a little bit of the side stage where I could kind of see the techs and people. And during the warnings performance, I was able to see, and some people also who were there were able to see, we could see Saki and Kanami and Akane were off on the stage to the side, stage right, when the warning was playing. And then when it came out time for Band-Maid to come up, you could see Dany, Paul, and Alejandra also there off the stage. And at times Miku would kind of look over and she would go, "Hi, Po," like that. So we knew, the warning band member, the members of warning were there. We didn't know, it's like, okay, so are they watching? Are they gonna come out? And then finally, yeah, right at the very end of the show, kind of as the show topper, all the bands came out. They had a lot of interplay exchange. It was just, I don't know what else to say. Just so incredible to watch these different types of musicians coming together and doing something that was really just felt like magic. Like they just had lightning in a bottle at that moment.
So we heard
amazing.
We heard the phone cams, right? So we heard Psyche's voice, and I was completely blown away by her vocal performance. I want to ask you, how was it in person? Did you feel a difference with her voice like we did hearing it through that camera?
Oh, 100%. I talked a little bit about this with John while we were hanging out, and yeah, her vocals were so on point. And I think here's something that I noticed as a bit of psychology, since I can't really get into the technicals of it, is that what I've been seeing with Psyche is her stage confidence is like 110%. If you go back and watch some of a lot of her earlier work, when she was starting out with the band, she's kind of that, typical kind of little shy girl hiding behind her microphone. We know she has this power in her voice. And what I've seen over her career and what I think is she's gotten to now, she's gotten to that point where she is able to command the audience. She is just completely in that zone of having that strength, just that inner power to be present and front and center, command an audience. I mean, she was able to just grab the people by their throats and just hold them indefinitely.
Awesome.
And her
Nice.
it was coming through in her voice. Her voice was clear, sharp, impactful. I mean, just absolutely on it the whole time.
Now, other than, of course, the performance with, them together, was there any other songs that really stuck out to you by Band-Maid when you were watching this performance?
Yeah, I really like the song set or the song choices that each band went with. But what I found unique was that there was this sense of a community coming together, two different worlds, Mexico, Japan, East and West coming together. The first song that Band-Maid starts with is Glory, and Glory's got this line in the lyrics about the whole wide world, and it was a moment where all of the fans, everybody in the audience, we could sing kind of together with the bits of words that we knew, even though there's obviously different words in Japan and English, or Japanese and English. So you had this kind of unifying moment where people from different walks of life, different parts of the world, are able to come together and sing together in this way, and it just had this sort of worldliness to it that just sort of allowed all of us to melt together. So I think Glory was a good one to start with. The other ones that really stood out for me, Influencer has always been one of my favorite songs. It was great to hear that live in this performance. They also did another one that I think has really been a song that kind of goes underrated for them, but it's in my book, one of their top 10 songs. It's a song Bubble that I think some of you guys reacted to several years ago. That one really stood out as having a good, impactful,
Heck yeah, man. And then you sent over an interview with a fan, right, after a show. What is this about?
Yeah, so talking here with Augie. He came from San Antonio, Texas, all the way. Him and his wife came to Tokyo for the first time just for this event.
Oh, wow. All right, let's check this out.
Yep.
Tell me who you are and where you from.
I'm Augie from San Antonio, and we came here to Tokyo to see two female powerhouses rock Tokyo. It was amazing.
Right on. So, which band did you discover first, Band-Maid or The Warning?
Band-Maid. Band-Maid, for sure, yeah. So luckily, my wife and I went down to Mexico City and saw Band-Maid down there, and that was an amazing show. And Nashville and Seattle and Dallas. So they're amazing. But of course, The Warning is awesome, kicking some butt out there.
Yeah. Well, talking to some other people, I think some new Japanese fans have found The Warning now. And so is this your first time in Tokyo for you guys?
It is our first time, and obviously this is the reason we ended up here.
Oh, sorry.
So it was a great reason to come, and I'm looking forward to coming back again for sure.
Awesome. Great to hear, man. Thank you so much.
Take care, man. Great seeing you. Keep it good. So
we will. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. That was cool. That was really cool.
Oh,
nice.
Heck yeah, man. All right. Well, I appreciate you joining us to talk about the concert. Anything else you want to mention that you thought was notable while you were there? Can you hear me?
Again, incredible pouring out of fan support. I'm hoping it's still coming through. I'm getting a little bit of staticness. Hotel Wi-Fi. What can you do?
Hey, it lasted long enough, right?
Just again, we made it this far, and I'm still awake. Again, the fan support. There was a gentleman who. I think his name was Tony Jha from Hong Kong. He made these little keychain things, Band-Maid in The Warning, and he was just giving those out to people. you know,
that's
just
dope.
what it just blows my mind whenever I go to a show and you see fans who just take it upon themselves to do something to create memorabilia just because they love the bands so much. So that was really, really special for to get something like that from Tony.
Oh yeah, man.
Same. That's what I love about Japanese band shows. They're the only bands that I know do that kind of stuff, or the fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a completely different experience.
Yep.
When yeah, right. Same for you, Wave. Right? Just Japanese bands. You've noticed that with the merch. Kind of thing where
it's
they
just
bring
like,
their own merch.
It's just like a party, man. Like the community kind of. A lot of people from the community get to know each other online, and then we come together at concerts, and it's like a big party with a bunch of friends because we're all mutual fans of this special band. And I don't know, it's just been a completely different experience going to these shows compared to ones I have in the past.
Dope.
Heck yeah, man. Well, guys, make sure you follow Andrew on his X account, which is under, what is it? What is your
At the tour page guy.
Tour page guy.
Tour page guy.
All right, and I'll drop that link for you all down below. He posts like updates and stuff about his travels and things like that. He's helping us out with reports on Japanese music and other music related things. So make sure you follow him over there. He posts little things like that over there. We greatly appreciate it. But Andrew, you have a good one because you're cutting out on us. But the audio keeps dipping out. But you have a good one, man. Looking forward to hearing about the Trident show. We'll postpone that until you have like good service, and we'll talk about that show next. All right, man. All right, you have a good one, Andrew.
All right, thanks so much.
Later, Andrew.
All right,
See you, Andrew. Good to see you.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, cool. Get everything set up here. All right. Well, speaking of show stuff, we got to talk about this Lovebites thing. And we were super excited about Lovebites because we were saying if they book enough people, that means they'll probably add more shows or something like that. But instead, what did they do, Eric?
They upgraded venues, so it's still gonna be in the House of Blues, but it's gonna be on a bigger section, I would imagine. So that's
it's
fucking
the same
dope.
same place technically then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a whole separate venue. I was like,
No,
we got to figure this out. But this is 2 venues they did this on. So we have Los Angeles, where they upgraded the venue, and they upgraded Dallas, Texas, which is exciting to hear. And like I said, if they sell these all out, they're definitely going to come back for sure.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I mean, I guess I don't know for sure, but good chance that they're coming back. if
Man,
we keep selling
I'm
out.
trying to get to the Dallas show.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking into flights and logistics and stuff, but Undead Ninja's trying to get me to come, and it's helping because I really want to be there and see. I mean, how many chances do we get to see Lovebites?
Right?
Hell yeah, man.
Not very many.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, you should join us. It'll be John Reeves, Eric, and I too will be there.
Oh, sweet.
Right, yeah, and we could even do like a little show out there, you know?
We should.
That'd be fun. That was fun when we did the Band-Maid one. It'd be fun to do another one.
Indeed.
So do you think they'll add more dates, guys? Or do you think they're just going to keep it like this and maybe come back immediately?
Maybe in Los Angeles.
Maybe Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Well, the only problem with that is that, well, yeah, I guess they could because there's the 11th. Probably in California would be our best bet for like another show if they can pull it off.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
going from Dallas all the way to LA is quite the trip.
Mm-hmm.
I went from San Francisco to Dallas, and then it was 12-hour plus drive. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
So that might be a bit much, you know. It'd be interesting. Be curious to get your take on this. So you want to lead this off with about the Ronnie Radke statement or whatnot?
So Ronnie Radke, he's very, very outspoken on social media. You know, he always posts. He's always getting into arguments with fans and stuff, and it's just like it's very entertaining to watch, to be completely honest with you. And I normally always side with Ronnie because he keeps it real. He's one of the only dudes that keeps it real, you know. And so he posts this, I'm gonna call it a rant, about him leaving the metal scene just because the fans, well, not like the fans, but like people on social media in that scene are very like toxic and stuff, and it takes, you know, one post to ruin somebody's life, and you can just call somebody whatever, you know, give them whatever title, and people will believe it. And it's so hard for their reputation to, recover from that, even if you're proven to be innocent. You know what I mean? So goes on this long rant.
It's easy to get canceled.
Yeah, cancel culture is stupid and all that stuff.
But he's not really getting canceled. I mean, he's just saying, is it really ruining his reputation? Obviously not.
Obviously not, but he still is getting backlash from an incident that happened. A fan accused him of SA. And, even though it was proven, he has all this evidence that she was lying and she made it all up, he still has to live with that call out. People still think that he's in the wrong for that situation, but it's just like,
I don't know. Yeah. All right, you want to see his video?
Yeah, it's like 8 minutes. So
it's 8 minutes. We probably won't play all of that then.
Yeah.
Or what do you think, Wave, about the whole thing?
I think it's really ridiculous to ruin someone's reputation over a lie, and it's hard because those are serious accusations, and you want to protect innocent people, both sides. You want to protect people who are potentially being, going through something like that. I don't want to say any words that'll get your stream blocked, but then at the same time, it totally diminishes the importance of people who are actually going through real stuff when people lie, because then it turns into the boy who cried wolf situation. So I totally it's like the Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
All over again.
Yep.
I'm just surprised to hear this about the metal community. I didn't you wouldn't think the metal community would be I haven't seen that before. But
it's so bad, bro. It really is. It's one of the worst,
Really?
actually, I will say, with all the gatekeepers and yeah, bro. It's bad.
Like Alpha Omega says here, he says people still come after him for that, even though him and the legal system prove the accusation's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly think it might be more of a minority than we think, but they're just loud as hell on the internet. I'll just play the few first seconds of the clip of him going after him, but it's pretty much him saying goodbye to the hardcore scene or whatever.
He's
which
going
is
to
pretty
country
funny.
now because he did that song with Jelly Roll.
This is a
It's like
message to
cowboy
the
hat.
scene that I once grew up in. The scene that I helped add value to from
That's
the
Ronnie
MySpace
Radke?
days.
Yeah. Yep,
That's
that's
so
it.
different in a cowboy hat.
He does.
It's his new identity now, dude. He's going country.
It's going country.
And on
Gotta
and
grow out
forward,
like
back-
a handlebar mustache.
Right?
Yes.
That'd be hilarious.
I would love that.
I hope he does. That'd be
Please
awesome.
do it.
when My Chemical Romance was thriving, and then I jump onto the scene around that time. This is my goodbye to all those days that were once so awesome before the internet and Twitter and all this or X or whatever became so toxic. Because nowadays you can just go on here and you can say anything you want. You can call people sexual predators and then you'll get a whole bunch of likes and it just doesn't sit right with me anymore. Plus on top of it, man, my band has grown so much exponentially to a point to where I'm not even a part of this scene anymore. So I don't know why you guys feel the need to talk about me, because my band alone is much bigger than your entire scene. And I've worked really hard, and I did appreciate
Wrong.
the times that I had
He's
with
got a parakeet.
this little.
Like what?
It's like the signature bird.
Yeah, he's been into birds. He has another one, like a blue one, a blue parrot. And it's like, whoa.
I don't know. I haven't really got much into involved in hearing all this kind of talk and stuff. I just listened to the songs. I like the new song. It's pretty cool. It wasn't a bad song.
The Jelly Roll one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's an entertainer, and this is pretty entertaining. you gotta you gotta take care of yourself first. And if the metal scene was driving him nutso,
Yeah.
then whatever.
Yeah,
Gotta do
people
what he's
come
gotta
after
do.
him a lot on X, bro. A lot of people. It's so
Ugh.
funny reading those threads and stuff of him going back and forth. It's like, what happens
That's
next?
the first
What happens
problem.
next?
You gotta ignore that.
So I wanna read this comment. But yeah, that's the Ronnie situation. I mean, good for him. I think he just a last little side note on this. I think he just keeps commenting on it because it's really good for the entertainment and obviously for him, right? You just get more attention, keeps bringing it towards you over and over again. So I think it's smart what he's doing, like to keep commenting to the comments, because I don't think it's actually bothering him. I think he just feeds into it because it's funny.
I mean, I agree that he doesn't buy into it, but I think it's for a different purpose. I think he's the only dude out there actually calling this shit out, and he's the only dude with like a pretty sizable following to have, the ability to do that. So,
yes, but it's a good opportunity. If you're the only person calling it out, that's genius. Mm-hmm. Like, think about it. Like, nobody else is doing it.
Yep.
Right.
Not with his type of platform.
Yeah, it's true though. It's hard to call stuff out if you're smaller, right? Because then you'd be worried. But why would you worry? Because you'll find those people somewhere. Mm-hmm. You'll find fans anywhere, I would think. I want to read Michael Reese's comment here. He said, "You guys need to stop the U.S. government raising the work visa prices, as I know of a lot of bands who won't tour U.S. anymore as it costs them and their crew too much." And yes,
yep.
Didn't it like triple in the last year?
Mm-hmm. It did. And I gotta say, we're gonna paraphrase. We talked about a little bit. Gus G from Firewind. We talked about during his interview. It's so cool how optimistic he is. He doesn't complain about, but obviously has the means to get over here. He's just like, hey, that's the price to have the opportunity to come here and play and stuff. But I understand he's a bigger band, right? And he can afford to do so. But for smaller bands, it's much more difficult. But I also would like to add, hey, when that smaller band, they could still target the U.S. and hopefully through that and maybe funding, maybe they can make more money to get over here. Obviously, we can't control how they raise the prices. But a lot of these bands don't look at it as a hindrance. A lot of them look at it as, okay, this is what we got to work towards. And if we want to spread our music further, we can attack it differently now that we have the internet to spread the word. Hence, Band-Maid and Lovebites, Hanabie.
Even Jaluka.
They're pulling it off. So it's not stopping the bands that are very determined. But it could, you're right, it could prevent some smaller bands. But then I would ask, are those smaller bands doing the right things to garner enough funds and stuff through their music? Or maybe they just don't have that big fan base yet to afford to come over here. It does suck that the barrier of entry has been raised. But also, you can think of it like this. Now we can guarantee that the top performers are going to be coming over here. I don't know. There's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
And it's not just this. Like, literally everything in the U.S. is triple the price it was a year ago.
Everything. Especially in California. Holy shit. $28 for 2 eggs, hash browns, 2 links of sausage.
What?
Yes. When we were on tour, I got breakfast, and I got some breakfast at a restaurant, and I looked at it, and I was so pissed. And I was like, I can't believe I just spent that money on that. I was so mad because I was like, most of my budget for food.
Remember when eggs were like 99 cents a dozen? What's going on?
Oh, man.
It was funny, though. Gus G gave me the best advice ever. He's like, don't complain about it. He's like, just remember this. When you make stupid money, expect to lose it. I'm like, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. Man, it's Alpha Omega says cheaper to go to Japan and see the bands than it is to go to Cali. Agree.
Seriously.
I mean, that might be far of a stretch. I mean, you just don't go out to eat, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much it was in the grocery store. This is still pretty expensive. I couldn't believe it. It's like a foot
just
long.
Fast the whole time.
Dude, Subway was like $17 for a sub. I was like, what?
The best diet is being broke.
A fucking
$5 foot longs. Now you can't walk in there without spending $20. It's like,
I was like, fuck that.
You can't get 2 items at the store without spending $20.
I appreciate it. Though. I was like, it made me not spend money. So a part of me is like, I just think of it positive, At least I'm not eating shit.
Can't go out to eat anymore. You just gotta go to the grocery store, and make your own food.
The best diet is being broke, guys. Come on.
The best diet. That's true, though. I mean, well, when do you stop? But let's no more sad stuff. Let's talk about something exciting. Jinjer North American tour starting September 20th to October 13th with Hanabie.
Woo! In the first half.
Wow. What?
In the first what?
First half.
The first half.
Yeah, and then the second half is going to be Born of Osiris.
Born of Osiris is doing the second half. Why would they do that? Just have Hanabie do the whole run.
No. Okay, yeah, they're all doing on the whole run.
They're doing on the whole run. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's two bands. Yep. It's Born of Osiris and Hanabie. They're doing it all together. That's exciting. For who's going first though? Is it Hanabie or Born of Osiris?
I'd probably switch off.
I don't know.
You know what that means? 3 hours from Doors to Jinjer.
Yeah. I gotta say this though. How big is Jinjer?
I think they're bigger than we realize.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because Hanabie packed their shows. Those are packed concerts, and they were the headlining band. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't realize Jinjer was that big. I haven't seen them either live. We haven't really checked out much music by them either. We've only checked out like a couple
two
songs.
2 or 3 songs, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Woo. But yeah, I think they're bigger
That's
than we
a cool
realize.
matchup, though. Like, I would have never put those two bands together, but it just works.
Just works.
Makes sense.
Yep. And man, they're just crazy. I can't believe they're coming back already. So this just is an example of a band that's just killing it in the U.S. Hanabie is just absolutely destroying it in the U.S. And now they keep coming back, which is amazing.
We going to the Denver show or what?
Well, I have some pending things. I'll let you all know, but we are going to go to one. Probably Denver, Colorado is going to be the one for a possible meetup.
Dope.
It's going to be pretty cool. We'll keep you guys posted on that.
Sweet.
Super excited for them. They're killing it.
Yep.
They're
they've
going to
had
blow
a
up even
huge
further.
year.
Yeah, they have.
Yep.
Have you been following the Miyako's channel for Lovebites? Forgot to mention.
Oh
this
yeah.
much. Did you see that they came out with Miyako came out with a part 3 of her how to create a heavy metal demo, part 3. And I don't know which one this is about. I haven't watched it yet, but she's just continuing through her producing and stuff and her workflow and how she does it. I really appreciate they put English subtitles on here too, and they show like how she does the phrases and everything in there. It's so badass that she's doing that. Very inspiring. So if you need to be motivated when you're doing some writing, watch these videos. It is very motivating because it just gets you going. You're like, oh, okay, that's what. Maybe this is a good idea, or I could do this. Wave, have you watched any of these yet?
I watched part 1. I haven't seen 2 or 3 yet. 3 just came out today, didn't it?
Yeah, it just came out this morning. I think she's doing a 7-part series, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh dang!
Or like 9?
Sweet.
Yeah,
9, something like that.
9.
I don't know. There's just something
so
so
cool,
entertaining
man.
about watching a person just do their art craft. You know,
Yeah.
Like I've seen like luthiers making guitars and stuff, and that stuff is always fascinating. So just watching somebody doing their craft from start to finish is always entertaining to me, anyway.
Heck yeah, just
It
good
is
stuff.
So cool. And she's actually putting together a Lovebites song. It's funny when she started the series, she's like, I had some songs, but the band and management said I can write better songs. So I got insecure for a while and didn't upload. And now I'm back.
Really?
That
I
was
didn't
like
even
the
realize
gist of
that.
what she started the series with.
Wow.
And it was crazy to like think Miyako got insecure. You know,
She's such a phenomenal player. She's we had that happen. That is crazy. Also, Sokoninaru new music video this morning came out. I heard like 2 seconds of the intro and it sounds really fucking good.
Hell yeah!
Can't wait to check that out later.
Sweet.
But yeah.
Shizzle
Man.
my nizzle.
What an exciting day.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for them. They're kind of getting a little overshadowed here. They released the video. The Band-Maid releases a video. Hotspot in the chat says it's a banger. So
Take
can't
your
wait to
word
check
for it,
that
buddy.
one out. That's gonna
That's
be
the crazy
a fun one.
part is Band-Maid didn't even release the video.
Yeah.
There's
Uh-oh.
a flying here. They just played a song on their show, and it's become like massive
That's true. They didn't even drop a video. That's a good point. Even in my head, I thought they dropped the video this whole time. This whole time, I thought they dropped the video.
I guess they did put that 30-second clip up on X, Twitter.
They dropped a snippet.
They dropped a snippet of it.
Snippet.
Yeah. All right, gents. That's the end of the podcast for today. Make sure you go follow us on Twitch right now. We're going to go over there and do some live reactions like this Sokoninaru song we're going to be checking out. Woo. Separate tracks are ready to go. Make sure you follow Wave Potter on his channel. He has, he re-uploaded the Band-Maid video up on there and reformatted it, right? Did I say that right? I think I said it right.
Yeah.
But check it out. He has that over there. And you can also see his reactions to the concert, to the Band-Maid concert and things like that. And that's all. That's all. Guys, we do this show every Wednesday and Sunday. See you guys in the next one. See you over on Twitch. Make sure you go over there.
Twitch.tv/Dicodec.
Thanks for having me, guys.